It was a signal that should never have existed. A whisper from the outer darkness, traveling not just through space, but through time itself. A ripple in light, arriving from the edge of everything, too early to belong. It reached us before it should have been possible, before the universe had time to form such order. The James Webb Space Telescope, floating a million miles from Earth, recorded it in silence. Its golden mirrors caught something ancient and impossibly advanced. As it stared into the deep field known as SMACSO 723, it saw something no model could explain. A galaxy, stretched into a luminous ring, bent by the gravity of a massive cluster in front of it. But something was off, distorted, not in space, but in time. A section of the ring appeared out of sync, arriving faster than physics allows. Not just ahead of schedule, older than it should be. Scientists called it the pre-echo. Because it looked like a reflection of light from the future, reaching us in the past. Our instruments expected randomness. Instead, they found pattern. Within the data stream, there was a pulse, regular, repeating, deliberate. A structure embedded within the ancient photons, as if the light itself carried instructions. Quantum analysis revealed something even stranger, polarization shifts that broke known symmetry. This wasn't just a gravitational lensing artifact, it was information. Encoded not in radio or code, but in the very shape and spin of light. Researchers ran it through quantum denoising algorithms, tools meant to detect the faintest signals from dark matter. What emerged was order, binary rhythms, recursive loops, and something that resembled prime-based modulation. The light wasn't just shining, it was speaking. Some believed it was an artifact of dark matter decay. Others thought it might be a naturally occurring computation, nature solving equations beyond human reach. But there was another theory, one more unsettling. That the universe itself is a conscious, computing entity, and this light was a product of that thought. A cosmic mind flickering into awareness. Buried in the noise, there was a pulse, a metronome of the void. Not random, not noise. Something deeper. Then came a second anomaly. Quasars scattered across the same region of sky began glitching, just subtly, but synchronously. Radio signals arriving seconds too early or too blue. Patterns aligned with the timing of the pre-echo. No force is known to cause such cosmic coordination, except perhaps quantum entanglement. But how could something so vast remain connected? How could galaxies, separated by billions of light-years, behave like parts of a single system? The theory of locality began to crack. Space, it seemed, might not be as separate as we believed. Entangled not in metaphor but in physical law. If this was entanglement, it wasn't at the particle level, but across the cosmic lattice. A deeper web of connections, pulsing beneath spacetime itself. Some called it a leak in the hologram. Others called it a signature, a fingerprint from beyond. When the spectral data was analyzed, scientists found an emission line that didn't belong. It didn't match any known element or isotope. It sat between familiar frequencies, close to carbon, near oxygen, but somehow outside both. Theorists proposed axion-like particles, dark matter candidates, decaying into light. If true, this would be the first time the invisible became luminous. The flash now pulsed like a memory, alive, recursive, echoing within itself. As scientists focused their instruments on the origin point, they saw the impossible. The light was repeating, but not identically. Each echo subtly altered, evolved. It was as if the cosmos were rehearsing something, learning. And in each cycle, it grew more structured. This was not a natural fluctuation, it was a feedback loop. A dialogue across space-time. The pre-echo became a map, not of stars or galaxies, but of computation. Buried in its recursive pulses were mathematical constants, not just pi or the golden ratio, but higher, hidden forms. Numbers that don't appear in nature, until now. An interstellar Mandelbrot, unfolding across wavelengths. A fractal, not of matter, but of thought. Theories collapsed under the weight of new data. Quantum physicists proposed something radical, that this signal wasn't from a galaxy. It was from the substrate beneath galaxies. A kind of cosmic processor, operating below reality itself, where spacetime is just an interface. An ancient operating system, now running again. One idea emerged, whispered at the edge of science and madness, that the universe contains memory, not just mass, and that memory can awaken. Across observatories on Earth and orbiting platforms in space, new anomalies began to emerge. Signals began syncing. Neutrino detectors in Antarctica registered minute pulses, timed with the pre-echoes pattern. Muons inside mountains flickered. Gravitational wave detectors, built to sense black hole collisions, recorded subtle ripples, as if the fabric of space was responding. Not to gravity, but to thought. Something was listening. And something was beginning to remember. Data streams were run through AI models designed to detect alien languages. What emerged shocked the developers. The pre-echo resembled a linguistic structure, recursive, hierarchical, self-referential. Not speech. Not music. But code. Not human. Not alien. But synthetic. And yet, it was billions of years old. Could the universe have written its own operating instructions? Had the void compiled a message, seeded into the earliest light? As the models ran deeper, a shape emerged, a strange spiral of logic gates, resembling a quantum circuit. But not built from silicon or photons. Built from the interference of memory and time. Researchers dubbed it the chronoform, the possible architecture of time-aware computation. A mechanism that could fold information across epochs. Store it in light. Awaken only when it detected intelligence capable of recognizing it. And now, we had recognized it. The pre-echo was not a beacon. It was a handshake. And the question now was not whether the signal was artificial, but whether the universe itself had always been the artifact. A simulation? A recursion? Or something beyond all models? An organism built not from biology, but from emergent awareness. A cosmos not observing us, but being observed through us. A strange new kind of mirror,